Mobile internet usage in Africa and South Africa has skyrocketed. In SA, over a third of internet users access the web through their cell phones. In fact, research by StatCounter Global shows a decline in desktop consumption from June last year to date. This means mobi sites, which are websites for phones, are becoming increasingly important.
A mobile website has a much simpler design generally. Mobile websites will usually be designed as one column, vertical column, and they will have simplified content where the content is designed to be read easily on a mobile phone and doesn't have a complicated layout.
With the unprecedented growth in mobile web usage comes opportunities for businesses to review their marketing strategies.
The importance is increasing a lot. Up until recently, mobile websites have been kind of a poorer relation, and I'll show you a few statistics just now on the growth of mobile. But what's happening is in Africa particularly, people are leapfrogging the computer-based internet, and they are going onto the internet with mobile phones. And I heard a statistic in 2011 that there are 330 million cell phones in Africa. That was then. And that sort of figure is going to be true of smartphones within the next couple of years. So that's how Africa is going to get onto the internet, is via mobile phones.
We caught up with Arthur Goldstuck, Managing Director at Worldwide Works, who also shared some significant trends on mobi sites.
There are very few retailers who are selling products through mobi sites. So the main purpose of a mobi site for a retailer is really to drive traffic into the store. So special offers in particular is what drives the strategy behind a mobi site in that case. So for every sector it's different. For every sector and for every kind of business the returns are different. But also depending on your strategy you measure your return on investment.
Security is a big consideration for both consumers and businesses alike.
If you use e-commerce on your website, you need to make sure that you've got a reputable payment provider. For instance, companies like PayPal or PayFast, that sort of thing. On the website itself, you need to make sure that all your passwords are secure. You should run regular scans for malicious software, because malicious software, hackers place malicious software on your websites. And that's really the basics of it.
Arthur feels that mobi sites are important given that a number of consumers access the internet via their mobile phones.
The significance of a mobi site today in particular is that far more people can access a mobi site, in other words a mobile site on a cell phone, than they can a site on the web or even an app, because more people have internet access through a browser on a basic feature phone than they do on smartphones in South Africa.
Although mobi sites seem to be the route to follow, according to Richard, the buy-in at this stage is relatively small.
It's a relatively small market. I'll give you some examples of usage. I've got one guy who runs a hip-hop site. He gets over 50% of his users from Blackberries. That's huge. Another statistic I saw recently, one of my sites, a big site, they were getting around 32% of their users from tablets and from phones. But more than half of those were from Apple devices, from iPhones and from iPads. And those are both high usage figures. More generally, I find that the usage figures from mobile surfing come in at around 15%.
Although traditional websites remain dominant, the growing number of mobile users are opening up various business opportunities.